Hey, everybody, Steve Schirmer here from the Golf Gaming Podcast with your one and done picks for the 2024 3M Open. And we are coming down the home stretch for your one and done contest. Only a handful of tournaments left. You got this, you got Wyndham, and the two FedEx Cup playoff events. So if you are right there on the cusp of making the money, it's really important to start nailing these events. And unfortunately, they're really weak fields. So it's pretty wide open this week. Especially at a golf course with a lot of volatility, a lot of water. That's, they call Minnesota the land of 10,000 lakes. They create a golf course in that image, like it or not. So basically, the only objective this week is just don't hit it in the water off the tee or on the approach shots, because otherwise, though, there really isn't a big challenge to this place. It's typically has a lot easier iron shots around the green shots and putting on the greens than the typical PG Tour setup. It really just depends on don't rack up the penalty strokes, stay out of trouble, keep in the fairway, keep it in front of you, and you'll do fine. There is a little bit of a bomber narrative, and that makes sense. You got guys like Cam Champ and Tony Finau. Matthew Wolff have won here. I get it. Length helps everywhere, especially if it is a little bit of windier conditions. But, we have seen shorter hitters like Lee Hodges and Michael Thompson also win here too. So, you kind of mix it around a little bit. For me this week, I am going with guys that have a combination of just really good form, driving it really good, maybe some past success at TPC Twin Cities, and we're going to go with that. So here are my top 5 picks for your one and done contest this week for the 3M Open. Number 5, how about Johnny Vegas? Very popular guy from my co-host. Obviously, he bet him. I ended up betting him this week, and he's been playing really well lately. Ball striking's really good. He probably should have won this tournament a couple of years ago when he lost to Cam Champ. Now, this week at the 3M Open, it can depend with the weather. It depends on really how it can go. Last year, it was really calm, benign, soft conditions turned into a putting contest. The last couple of years before that, though, where the wind was up a little bit, it was more of a ball striking contest as far as how you separate yourself on the leaderboard. And it looks like we're going to get a lot of wind Friday through Sunday. So it's going to be more of a ball strikers contest this year. And Johnny Vegas, can thrive in those conditions. It was similar conditions to what we saw back in 2021. So similar style 3M Open that he did really well at. I think he's going to do well this year too, especially coming in good form. So Johnny Vegas, a potential one and done pick for you this week. Number 4, how about Tom Hoagie? Again, did really well in a more tougher, windier 3M Open a couple years ago. I believe that was the top 10 that he had at the year Tony Finau won. Just hitting his irons really good. Tends to be a pretty good driver. The ball keeps it in front of him. Putter can be a little hot or cold sometimes, but he's not hit. I think he's coming off a couple of missed cuts, but at the Travelers, he got in the mix, did pretty well there. So he has some high upside. I like Tom Hoagie potentially as a one and done pick this week for you, just considering how well he's been hitting the ball and he has past success at this golf course. Number 3, Eric Van Rooyen. Now, this is a guy that actually does not have a lot of success at TPC Twin Cities, despite people want to jam that narrative down their throat. Minnesota guy playing a hometown course. Yeah, whatever. But I went back and looked. And, a popular, not popular, a stereotype that my co-host and I had about Eric Van Rooyen at this golf course was if there's water, Eric Van Rooyen will find it. And what I wanted to find out was, does he just not drive it well at this golf course? And he actually drives it pretty well at TPC Twin Cities in his 3 appearances. It's been the iron game that's been the big problem, but he comes in much better form with his irons. He's coming in great form overall, top 10 at Rocket Mortgage. He was in the top 10 at the Scottish Open before he fell out of it. And I just like the fact he's been playing pretty good golf lately, hitting the ball pretty well, driving it really well. Also had a good finish at the Mexico Open and PGA National, 2 golf courses that have seen similar leaderboards as the 3M Open. So I like those connections there. Maybe Eric Van Rooyen finally can get you a good finish at TPC Twin Cities for your one and done contest. Number 2, Billy Horschel, and obviously coming off a really good showing at the Open Championship. I feel bad for him because he looked like on Sunday he was dressed like he wanted to get photographed. He had a really good outfit on, and I think he really wanted to get pictures with the claret jug at the end of the day. Some guys just kind of dress like bums on Sunday, knowing they're not going to win. Billy didn't do that, and he showed pretty well. He hung tough. I think I kind of expected him to blow up a little bit on the back 9, but he held it together, finished second. And we saw this a couple of years ago where, Billy kind of out of nowhere finished second at the Dell Technologies Championship at TPC Boston. And they had parlaying that to 2 straight wins. He got hot. Billy can run hot sometimes. So maybe this is going to be the start of a little hot streak for Billy. at this point. He kind of started a little bit of a hot streak on his own last year, starting here. Came out of nowhere, finished T13 at TPC Twin Cities, ended up getting in the mix of the Wyndham the following week. So maybe this is the start of some really good things for Billy Horschel. Maybe this is a time to take him one and done or bet him outright when people maybe think last week was a fluke. He's going to let down. There is evidence that Billy can keep it rolling. So I think he's in consideration for a one and done pick this week for you too. But number one, I still had Akshay available, and he is the most tipped guy this week is in the betting markets, but he was the most tipped guy at Valero as well, and he came through for everybody. And he's just playing really good golf. Top fives at the Travelers and the Rocket Mortgage. He missed the cut last week on the number of the Open. Is what it is at this point, but he's hitting the ball great, drives it really good, keeps it in the fairway. The putter can get hot too. He has never played this place before, but I think he's going to be just fine coming here. As long as he just drives it really good, everything else kind of take care of themselves at TPC Twin Cities. I'm not really all concerned about the fact that he's never played here before. If you have him, there's very few opportunities left down the stretch to use him, even though he might be kind of popular in the outright market. Maybe a lot of people have already used him in their one and done contests. Maybe he's an option for using there. So I'm going to go with Akshay as my one and done pick this week for the 3M Open. Thank you for watching. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe to the Golf Gambling Podcast on YouTube. Also subscribe to us on Spotify or Apple or wherever you listen to our podcast. And with that, good luck with your 3M Open picks. Good luck with your one and done contests. And we'll see you next week.